Okay. All right. Here. Okay. So I wanted to talk about a computer case. Specifically, I wanted to talk about it last summer, but that didn't happen. So we're just gonna roll with it. Okay, we're gonna roll with it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fine. This is gonna be just voiceover and some images. So get ready for that. But let's get started. This thing is an absolute chunk. I mean, I'll throw the physical dimensions on the screen right now. I don't exactly have them in front of me because I'm a fantastic hobbyist and recorder. Here's the GPU riser that I bought with it as well. I like it quite a bit. We'll get there in a moment though. The first thing that I noticed was this sort of like weird rain texture, rust. I don't really know what you want to call it. You can decide for yourself, I suppose. I couldn't put my finger on it if I liked it or not at first, but eventually I decided that it was a really fun texture. Oh, and real quick, here's the old computer. Here's a couple little B-roll shots that I'll throw in of the old computer. It's the same parts, just stuck in a Thermaltake Core P3, which, like I said, needed to change because of mobility problems. One of the first major things that I want to talk about is wacky, to say the least. These screw mounts that the Thermaltake case had, I don't know why they twirl around like this. As you can see in the video, it doesn't really make any sense. I think I may have put the wrong screws in it at some point, but it's really, really weird. More of a self-roast for me not knowing how to put a computer case together, but I wanted to show it. So I was mostly interested in this case for 4 reasons. First, most of the things in my setup are done with the AuraSync software now because that's just what I've got. The second reason was came with fans already. It had a 360mm radiator mount. That was a massive selling point for me because I really didn't want to replace my cooler. It was about $45 off at the time when I was looking, so that's always positive. And like I said before, I move around really, really often, and the portability in a case became an absolute must really, really quickly. Those Velcro sort of strap things that you can see on the top became a lifesaver for me the last couple times that I've moved. So the fans come with this pre-installed LED controller. It's pretty easy to detach and find the little 3-pin RGB header from the mess of wires that are inside of this thing. Next, this is the shroud in with the shroud out as I was building it. It's made of that same rainy material as before. It's a big chunk of plastic that slides in and out of the case with a bit of ease. It's detailed in the manual that I definitely don't have anymore. Psych! I do! Here it is. Check it out. That's just the page that shows where it is. It's pretty simple. Unless you're like me and don't know which direction left and right is, then it might be challenging, but past that, you got this. I believe in you. The cable management in the new case is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's a pleasure to work with compared to the P3, but of course, P3 is kind of a showcase, but this is more of a classic computer case, so purpose is different. Obviously, there's going to be a difference. So here's a B-roll shot that I just thought looked strangely majestic. There you go. In case you weren't already aware, GPUs now are heavy. Yeah, the Hercule X is what I'm going to call it. It's definitely a product that costs an amount of money, but it's just a fancy riser. That's all that it is. It has an RGB header on it for the 5-volt ASUS thing. But yeah, you're of course you're paying the ASUS tax because it's an ASUS product. Yeah. You can see how bad the GPU sag is with Big Thick, which is the official name of my graphics card. Big Thick is a tough 3070 Ti, in case you're curious. Wrapping up very quickly, the directions, of course, show you how to build it. You can Google a manual if you're curious in building with it. It's a computer case. It's like a classic, mid to full tower form factor. You'll be fine. I believe in you. I just hit my desk. I didn't go into any specifics, which is, I guess, what this case is lacking in a review, but I wanted to sort of show some B-roll just of it so that if you were interested in it, you could, see what it looks like and I guess get someone's opinion. My opinion is good, by the way. I have enjoyed this case, and it does exactly what I needed to do with the little carrying handles. Like I said, manual, good enough for assembly. If you've ever worked with a computer case, you'll be just fine. If not, don't scratch the glass, and make sure you have little things to hold screws. Okay, hope this helped. Bye.